Good afternoon. Welcome to another episode of The Vent Show. This is your host, Andy Sharp. Welcome back. Thank you for listening. I hope you guys have subscribed. We got the YouTube channel up. It's ready to rock and roll like this song, Go Rock, is called. Hope you enjoy. We're not going to blast it in here too long. We're just going to bed that stuff. We're going to put it in the background till I bed it. Right. Well, welcome back to The Vent Show. Again, I'm your host, Andy Sharp. Check us out, Facebook at Vent Show. Just go to YouTube, type in Vent Show. You should be able to find us down there. We're posting all of our episodes to social media instantly. So you're going to find a link to Facebook, Tumblr. We're going SoundCloud. Of course, we're on the Spreaker network. Again, YouTube. You're going to find us on there. We're getting the website together. Putting it together. That is ventshow.net or ventshow.org. Again, once we get that all together, I want you to check it out. Once you hit the page, we're going to have links, resources, so you can deal with your vents, so you can actually get real help for the real problems in your life. And then we try to make this entertaining. We try to vent. Talk about some things today. We're going to kind of touch back into the subject we talked about yesterday. We talked about kids. We talked about discipline yesterday. So just wanted to go a little bit back over that. Wanted to kind of touch base on some of the things there. Of course, I was making light of some things. I just want to make sure everybody knows that, where I stand on these things. It's these are serious subjects. We try to make some fun out of it. We try to have fun. Of course, there are some frustrations that we feel out there, but certainly we want to make sure that we understand the difference. And a friend of mine, who's also a listener, of course, because those are sometimes your best listeners, and they give the best feedback, brought up a very good point, and a good parent, successful parent in her own right, and I respect that. So I appreciate my friend, appreciate her giving me some input, some feedback, and that's what we want here. That's what I need here. I want to get better. This is a project for me. It's just something to help me grow. Okay? I'm going to do that with you and through you, and I hope we all go together and come along on this journey. But she brought up a point and clarifying the difference between discipline and punishment when we're talking about kids. Okay. Now, I was speaking yesterday about my personal experiences growing up. Now, I did receive a fair amount of corporal punishment, me and my siblings. That was the situation we were in. I clearly can't say it was ideal. My feelings on it, that I tried to take what I could positively out of it. Now, as far as, with kids, like my kids in my life, never had to do it. Did it one time. I think I spanked each of them once. And when I saw that fear in their eyes, I just couldn't do it again. Couldn't do it. It scared the hell out of me. Maybe I saw a little bit of myself when I was younger, and never had to do it. And I use more, I guess, of the discipline than the punishment route. But just wanted to talk a bit about that today. I want to make that a little bit of the focus today. Going back and talking about discipline versus punishment. Again, you never want to be an asshole, right? And again, we talked yesterday about being positive and creating positive environments for the kids. I mean, that's a big deal, right? Don't be an asshole parent. There's going to be plenty of assholes out there that the kids are going to run into in their life. We don't need to be one of them, but understanding how the brain works. I mean, can get pretty deep into this, the three parts of the brain, we're talking about, and the way it develops. But again, some of the points that were made, you can't and you don't want to make anybody do anything, and you shouldn't, even a child. But you want to use proper discipline. Of course, in discipline, is a Latin word. It comes from means to teach or learn, instruction. So we want to take it and understand it from that approach. So to discipline means to teach, basically. So discipline and punishment, they're not synonymous with each other. We want to make sure that we understand the difference. We want to understand that, that if we're using punishment, that we're doing it judiciously, because the effects that it can have on a child in particular can be lasting. It can affect brain development. So again, I just want to touch on that a little bit. I want to make sure that I was clear about that. I didn't want to come across as somebody that endorses corporal punishment per se. I think that we need to use different parenting techniques and techniques when raising children. Now that may be one of them. I know for me, again, it was part of my life growing up. I don't know if it was more because of the situation, or not, but probably wasn't ideal. But I had to make peace with that, and in doing that, that's how I characterized it. So we're going to move on. We're going to talk about a few other things today. But again, I wanted to welcome you again to the Vent Show. I wanted to introduce myself again. This is Andy Sharp. Please seek us out on the World Wide Web, on the internet. Okay. You can go to YouTube and just search Vent Show. You'll be able to see everything that we post. Again, I need you to subscribe. I need your comments. I mean, if you just want to tell me I'm a tool or sound like a dick, or hopefully I don't, or if you want to give me the finger emoji, whatever it is, you can vent at me. Got pretty thick skin. I've probably heard it all and seen most of it. But hey, I just want you to know that this is a place for you to vent. This is a place for you to release some of that emotional garbage here. We want to pick it up, take that shit to the back and throw it in the trash for you. Don't carry around whatever it is that's dragging you down in the day. This is your day. Be positive about it. We're going to leave you with positive. We're going to have a little fun today, I hope. I hope you guys stick with me. And we'll get into our next topic here. I think we'll play a game. But let me know how you like the show. Let me know how you think the format is. Do you like the volume of the mix? Do you like it when I play the tune in between here? Or not? I do it. I like to give a little recognition to artists. Maybe newer, younger, or newer, struggling artists. Try to give them some exposure. If it's annoying, I'm new to this podcasting too. Again, it's a passion of mine. I do have goals with it. I want this, again, to be a place where we are putting people in touch with resources that need it, and we're providing some entertainment to you. So please give me your feedback. All feedback is a gift. It could be good or bad. I don't think I know any of you personally, except the few friends that I might have out there, and hopefully they'll go easy on me. But hey, let me know how it is. I know out there in the internet world, it's a cold, dark, brutal place. So I'm prepared for it. But the goal is to take whatever feedback I get and to turn it into a positive and be better. Every show, every topic, every time. So with that being said, I am going to slide into a track here because I'm going to get ready for our next segment here. It's kind of helpful for me to do that when I get these little breaks here. So I'm going to play a tune for you here. It's got a little beat to it. It's a Kalia featuring Opia. It's called Past Life. So we'll be back. Thank you for listening to The Vent Show. Again, this is Andy Sharp.
Hanging by the look in your eye. Got my love packed up boxes, feeling full pockets. I wonder what I'm leaving behind. All I wanted, you were never mine. Run far and never come back. But you ever mine. But you ever want what I wanted. Remember that. Run back to a past life. Don't you remind me, come and find me. Don't you remind me, come back to a past life. Don't you remind me, come and find me. Write me down until we talk. You say I'm all you've got, and maybe all we need is some time. Broken hands and taking thoughts. Every moment that we've lost, wait until you change in your mind. All I want is you were never mine. Run far and never come back. But you ever mine. But you ever want what I want to. Remember that. Run back to a past life.
All right, welcome back to the Vent Show. This is Andy Sharp. Thank you for staying with us. That was a Kali featuring Opia called Past Life. So yeah, we were talking about some subject yesterday. We were talking about kids and parenting. We had a kind of felt like I had a good time chatting about some of the frustrations that come with that and seeing parents that, well, I guess you call them helicopter parents maybe, out there and some of the things they do. But moving on today, it snowed here where I live, in the beautiful city of Minneapolis, Minnesota. It snowed here, yeah, believe it or not, it's April. It's April 4. The 4th of April. It's fucking spring. And it snowed. I think it was about 4 inches. And it's going to snow again on Sunday. Yeah, the Twins home opener is in 2 days. Actually, it's fucking tomorrow, actually. And there's still snow on the ground. But hey, driving in, and of course I grew up here. Lived other places, but lived here for most of my life. And some of the shit that I still see today is baffling. And I know a lot of you people probably live in some areas that see snow and you have drivers, and whether it rains, I know I lived in the South, and boy, if it rained there, I mean, the rain down there was worse than the snow up here, but if it rained, boy, it really brought out the idiots. But, today I was driving, you get those idiots and they think they got a 4x4 and, they're the Mario Andretti of the snow world, and they can, fly down there and the ice will not affect them, but well, they find out. You can see that guy in the ditch, a mile or two up the road, and you can give him the high sign as you flip by, or my personal pet peeve, I think is the stupidest shit I've seen in a long time, are these guys that drive around and they don't clear off all of their windows, right? Okay, apparently the concept of a window and seeing through it seems to lack people's attention and understanding. Literally driving down the interstate today, a major interstate you can take, and it's called 35W. It goes from here all the way down to the Gulf of Mexico. But here in Minnesota, guy in front of me, he cleared off his windshield, and then I'll give him that. There's some people here that will only clear off the driver's side of the windshield, okay, for whatever reason, because God knows they don't need to see out the other side of that fucking windshield. And sometimes they don't clear the sides. Well, this guy, okay, I'll give him that. He cleared the sides. He got that. He got there. But the back window wasn't touched. It wasn't touched at all. Because I guess you don't need to see out of your back window, or he had something more important to do. But that's when you slowly drive by and you kind of reduce your speed and you look over just to see what kind of special idiot that is that would do some dumb shit like that. And of course, it's not just being an idiot. It's putting themselves at risk and everybody else at risk on the road. Yeah. So share in the comments some of the frustrating things that you see drivers do. Look, there's also some things I want to talk about too. We got other social media platforms here. If you're familiar with Discord is an app. It's a live chat app. I have a link. I can place a link. I'd like to start a Discord chat during my broadcast. You can also do live chat. There's a chat portion where you can live chat, as well as text chat, type chat. When we do live broadcasts, we're going to be able to have live chat as well. So let me know. Give me some feedback on what a good time is and how you're listening to the show in the evening, in the day, at work, in the car. It'd be great. And again, we need those likes, those shares, those subscribes. That's the only way that this is going to build. But I'm not giving up. I hope you don't give up on me. I hope you, again, grow with me and either throw mud or rose petals or piles of steaming dog dew at me, but I'll do my best to dodge the poo and catch the love. So that's what we want to do. We want to be positive. We want to vent that out. Talk about some of that crap like I was talking about here today. Driving into work, you got idiots all around you, and you got to dodge the snowballs. All right, so we're going to play a little game here. Okay, it's a game. It's pretty generic. I'd like to come up with a little better format, so I'll figure a lot of this stuff out. But this one's where it's called True or False. So it's going to be True or False, and the topic today is women in history and women female inventors. So we'll start it off. We'll ask a few questions. Answer to yourself. We'll put out an answer there and see what we can have here. But again, true or false? For her discovery of X and Y chromosomes, Nettie Stevens won the Nobel Prize in Medicine. For the discovery of X and Y chromosomes, Nettie Stevens won the Nobel Prize in Medicine. Would that be a true or a false, would you say? Now, It's a very well worded question. I don't know the answers here, so I'm gonna guess true, and I was wrong. No. So at the beginning of the 20th century, Nettie Stevens discovered that the sex of each individual is determined by chromosomes named X and Y. However, the scientific advance did not let her win the Nobel Prize in Medicine. Well, those are a bunch of shrimp dick dudes probably on that panel, and we probably felt threatened by her. So, all right, we're going to continue on to the next question here. True or false, the first programmer in history was a woman? The first programmer in history was a woman. Now, I mean, I always want to think positively. I don't want to be like, no. You know, I was wrong on the last one. I'm going to go true. And yes, all right, I got it. The answer is true. Ada Lovelace is known for having published the first computer algorithm during her work on an ancestor of the computer. And many historians consider her to be the first programmer. All right, very good. So I think I'm 1 for 1. Hopefully you're doing better than me. All right, true or false? Next question. Margaret Hamilton's code allowed Neil Armstrong to walk on the moon. Now, I think I've read a little bit about this. I do get to see a picture. It is leaning me to say true. And yes, all right. The answer is true. While software design was still in its infancy, Margaret Hamilton developed the priority display concepts. The innovation played a crucial role during the Apollo 11 mission, which allowed Neil Armstrong to walk on the moon. All right, there we go, right? Of course. Couldn't have done it. Without her, probably. I have no doubt. All right, next question. Junko Tabei, and I hope I'm saying that right, the first woman to climb Everest, nearly died during an avalanche a few days before her exploit. True or false? Junko Tabei, the first woman to climb Everest, nearly died during an avalanche a few days before her exploit. I don't know. It just, I don't think that's a very serious question. I'm going to guess false, and I'm wrong. Yep, she was a Japanese mountaineer. She became the first woman to climb Everest 12 days before her exploit. She was saved from nearly dying in an avalanche by Nepalese guides. All right, very good. So we're going to go on. True or false? In 1980, Katherine Johnson was the first female African-American engineer hired by NASA. Now, of course, what was it? What, Hidden Figures? Wasn't that the name of the movie, right? So I didn't see the movie. I know there's probably a bunch of you out there, if you're listening, and I have the subscribers that are saying, I don't think that's the answer. You know, it's well done. I'm going to go true, and I'm wrong again. Okay. Physicist, mathematician, and space engineer Katherine Johnson joined NASA in 1953. She was instrumental in the complex calculations of trajectories. Okay. All right, so I'm sure I'm 50-50 on that. I know you guys are a lot smarter than me. You're doing better than that. Moving on to the next question. Emmy Noether, and I hope I'm saying that right. Emmy Noether is the first woman to win the Nobel Prize in Mathematics. Well, this is a very old-looking photo they have. I've been going true the whole time. I'm going to go true, and I suck. I suck at big time. The mathematician, Emmy Noether, a specialist in abstract algebra and theoretical physics, has never won the Nobel Prize. But nonetheless, she made a lasting impact on mathematics and physics. So I'm a complete idiot, and we're going to continue on. So I know you're doing a lot better than I am, because I'm an idiot again. So, true or false, at the start of the 20th century, women could not vote anywhere in the world except one country. Again, at the start of the 20th century, women could not vote anywhere in the world except one country. Now, I've been going true the whole time, right? So it's a law of averages. I'm guessing true on this again. And oh my God, I got one right. I can't even freaking believe it. I'll take it. I need it. Right? It's pretty funny, right? The answer is true. At the start of the 20th century, women could not vote in any country in the world except New Zealand. Wow. Now I wonder if a woman was elected. They probably changed that law pretty quickly. We've got a few more questions here, and then we're going to move on. Marie Marvingt was the first female war pilot. Now, I got to tell you, there's a photo here, and she's wearing a bomber jacket. I don't see any insignias or anything on here, but I'll try the name again. And these are the craziest names I've seen in a long time. Marie Marvingt was the first female war pilot. So I'm going to go false just because I want to go outside the box here a little bit. And once again, I suck. All right. So, yes, she was nicknamed La Fiancée du Danger. Okay. Obviously, it was French, but she was the first female war pilot. For her first air combat mission in 1915, she bombed a German barracks in Metz, a city north of France that had fallen into the hands of the Germans. So hopefully she got herself a few SS and a few of those Nazi assholes when she did that, because Nazis suck. All right, so moving on, we got one more question maybe. I think that's it. So I hope you guys did better than I did. I finished about student level. I got 4 questions right. So I know you guys, again, are a lot smarter than me, and I'm sure you guys did a better job. Maybe thank you for playing. All right. Again, I know. Yep, thank you. I know you guys are a lot smarter and better at this than I am, but we'll try these games every once in a while here, all right? All right, so we're going to take a short break here, and we'll be back. We'll hit our next subject. All right, I'm going to play another track here. This is Good Life Addicts. Enjoy. Thank you for listening to The Vent Show.
Wake up in the morning, put my headphones on, lie awake for a moment before I put my bathrobe on. Take a breath and I hold it, let it out and there's nothing. Oh, it feels so space. Feel like summer breeze. I can do it all peace. Don't stop it with your step friend. Look and see what you find. See what you find. You sound the best sense. But don't listen to your mind. Don't listen to your mind, man. Don't listen to your mind. Don't listen to your mind.
Alrighty, welcome back to the Vent Show. This is your host, Andy Sharp. Thank you for tuning in today. Again, I appreciate any of the listeners that I have. This is a growing and building project. I need your support. I need your subscribes, your likes, your shares. I need your feedback. I need your vents. Good, better, and different. Leave that emotional garbage here. Let's talk about it. Again, we're at Discord. I'm going to post a link where you guys can join the Discord live. You can actually just add to my private chat. Again, that's how we're going to keep things private, discreet, safe, and contained. We're going to have a private Discord. I'll post that on the website. Again, the website where you're going to get everything together will be ventshow.net. ventshow.org. So we're going to have that stuff up and running. I got some great people that are willing to help me out and work with me, that are professionals. And we're going to do that. We're also going to put you in touch with some of my other friends that do blogging and social media entertainment. This is a growing network of people. I want to make sure that you have access to everything that I can show you. But again, I just want to touch again on why we're doing this. I'm doing this as a passion project. I want to present serious topics in an entertaining way. I want to create discussion. I don't expect all my listeners to agree with me. In fact, it's probably better if you don't. I know I'm a classic idiot at times, but hey, we all are, right? Occasionally. We're all human. And the one thing that brings us all together is that we have issues in our life. That's what binds us all together as people. You know, I believe we are all the same. We just look different and we sound different. And occasionally some of us smell different. But the point is that we're all people, right? And we all either went through some shit, we're going through shit, or we're going to go through shit. Okay? And being there for each other is important. Whether it's the kids in our lives, our friends, our family, our coworkers, and how you do that is completely up to you. But we're here to listen. I want you as listeners to know that you can come to the Vent Show. You can leave what your emotional trash, your emotional baggage, your garbage at our door, and you will be heard. And we will listen. That is the first step to being a good communicator. And that's sometimes the best thing that we can do for those people that are in our lives that are going through crisis, is be that listener. Please visit the Facebook page. Just go search Vent Show on Facebook. I will have links to many different resources on there. Again, I know there's a varying degrees of what we're all going through. So, you know, if you're looking for advice on how to talk to your kid about bullying, or you're dealing with bullying yourself, if you're looking for resources on mental health or addiction, if you're looking for resources in your area, I have links to national resources and databases that can push you in that direction and get you the information you need to seek the help that you may need. There's entertainment sites on there. There's a link to Muttr'n. We're going to talk about Muttr'n and go to the Muttr'n of the Day segment that we have here. But there will be resources on there. There's the suicide prevention hotline. You know, for those darkest times, you can contact them. You can chat with them online. You can be anonymous. It can be safe. You will be heard. That's what the Vent Show is about. I appreciate your listening. I appreciate you being here today and spending your time. Again, this is what I want to do, and I want to do this with you, so I appreciate this. So we're just going to go through a few Muttr's of the day. If you're not familiar with Muttr'n, that's Muttr.com. It is a website that has a similar message and a similar goal, I guess, to what we're doing. Again, my direction is to make sure we get resources in front of people and give people an option. I want this to be part of your support system. We all need support systems in our life. We all need friends or somebody we can talk to. Again, come to the website or the Facebook page, Vent Show, to get in touch and access to those resources through the web. But we're just going to go through a few random Muttr's today. But check out Muttr.com. Again, that's another anonymous website. There's basically, it's free reign on what you want to talk to. And understand that the internet's a very, again, dark, scary, and dangerous place sometimes in terms of feelings. So you're going to kind of hear a little bit of everything. So we're just going to go through a few of these vents here, through a few of these comments, and we're going to, if you have any comments on them or not, I'm going to try to find some more entertaining ones, but we're going to check it out. Okay. All right. So the first Muttr'n that I'm going to read is a little more serious. Again, these are from Anonymous, because this is an anonymous website where you can post your thoughts and comments. The poster says, "Please help me with a decision. I want to drop out of a class that I don't need to graduate, and it's not necessary for my career, but the professor is very nice. Only problem is the workload is crushing me, and I have fallen behind due to me being in a bad car accident recently. I don't think I can catch up in time because there's 2 major assignments due tomorrow, and the professor didn't give me an extension, even though I had a doctor's note." They continue. They say, should Should I half-ass these 2 major assignments and get a failing grade for the class, or drop out since it won't affect my career anyway? Wow, that's a tough question. So that's one a little more serious. Somebody's looking for some advice here. What would you say to this person? If this was a friend that came to you and asked you, what you should do. Well, the first thing I would do is I'd encourage them. I'd tell them, what, you've obviously made it a long way. You've had some success in pursuing your career. You're in college. You don't need this class to graduate. I think you've recognized that and you said that. You were in a car accident. Not knowing the extent of your injuries and the limitations that you have and the recovery process you have, I think that's something that should be very seriously considered. This would be, you mentioned a doctor's note. I might revisit that conversation with your professor and in that decision that you're making as well. So some of the feedback is one person said go talk to the dean. So obviously they want to kind of escalate the issue. Another bit of advice was, hey, that's up to you. Do you need it for a GPA boost or anything? If the class is really not necessary, I say drop it. School's stressful enough, man. Don't take classes you don't need. Save that for when you actually have the time. So, there's some pretty consistent advice there. That's good. I mean, again, let's focus on the positive. Hey, you're doing a good job. You're in school. Sounds like you're almost ready to graduate. So good for you. All right. Whoever you are, anonymous, if you're listening to the show, God bless you. And, hope that works out for you. So I just got another random comment. Again, we're on Muttr'n. We're just doing random Muttr'n, Muttr.com. It says, someone says, if you can't find your purpose, create it. If you can't find your purpose, make it. Sounds like some pretty good advice. Somebody says, I always find myself glued to the side of my bed, always thinking about you. So I guess we got somebody who has a bit of a broken heart. So another question is, some guy asked, he says, how do I make an annoying as fuck, snotty ass bitch jealous? That's a good question. How do you make them jealous? Do you want to make them jealous? That might be a Pandora's box you're going to open there, buddy. You can't, what they say, what's the old saying? You don't mess with crazy. You want to be careful, man. You might have to sleep with one eye open. All right, so we got another little more serious one. It says, I am so angry at everything and everyone. I want to go live in the woods and be a hermit so I don't have to deal with this shit anymore. I don't like people and their opinions and lifestyles and their stupid laws and ideas trying to control what I do. I am a free man. I refuse to be bound by laws and beliefs and obligations. My dream is to purchase property in an aforementioned woods and then start living off-grid and doing it whatever the hell I want. Fuck people. Fuck society. Okay? We got another F-bomb we're going to drop here as soon as I can load this up. Fuck the world. Fuck everything. I only care about number one, which is me. Don't ever dare to ask anything of me. I do not care for you or your needs. They do not exist in my world. Get out of my face before I beat the crap out of you. Okay, so we got a lot of venting going on there, right? That's what the vent show is all about. Cool. Get it out. Yep. Hey, you know what? It's certainly your right to go and buy property in the quote aforementioned woods. I don't. It's probably going to be kind of a creepy place, but hey, look, if that's what you want to do, trust me, there's a lot of people that do that. Yeah, I think we've all thought about it every once in a while. Again, let's create a safe place for you. A place where you hopefully have some kind of fun and happiness in life. Yeah, there are a lot of people out there that you just want to say fuck off to, no doubt. And there's, politics, I agree. I want to say fuck politics. I'm with you on that. Create a safe space for yourself. Be positive. Hey, have some fun in the process if you are going to go in the woods. Don't build a little shack and end up on the news someday, though. This one's interesting. It says, I received a full body massage and I've been curled up in a ball for the past 20 minutes. I may have PTSD or something. I'm not quite sure what happened during that full body. I don't know if that full body included a happy, but the curling up in a ball, hopefully you're not in any physical pain. Yeah, I've had full bodies, and I I kind of like them. So I'm sorry you had that experience. Good luck to you. But yeah, I think you should not be curled up in a ball. All right, and we'll go with just one more here. We're not going to drag this out all day. Somebody posted the question, why am I always tired during work, but the moment I get off, I am full of life. It's driving me mad. No, you know what? I think that's just called being a real person. I think that's just normal. I don't think there's anything wrong with you at all. So, that was the mutterings of Andy Sharp, I guess we'll call it. Yeah, that was pretty good. I just came up with that. So again, please, thank you for listening. This is Andy Sharp. This is The Vent Show. Please seek us out on social media. We are all over the social media tip, right? We are out there. We're on the Spreaker platform, SPREAKER.com. You can just search Vent Show and hear and see everything that we're putting up there. You can also find us again. YouTube is probably the best format. YouTube, and search Vent Show. And we have links to most of these social media sites on there. We're on Tumblr, Vent Show, Twitter, Vent_show. You can email us anytime, ventshow@yahoo.com or realventshow@gmail.com. So, I want to, again, we thank you for listening. We talked about a few topics today. I want to let you know I'm going to have links to, we talked about the discipline versus punishment. I have a great link up there written by a very brilliant person that explains and gets into depth on some of the details in terms of the brain and things like that. It's a great read. I encourage you to do it because we want to be a positive influence in everybody's life. It starts with the kids. It starts with us. We're the leaders. We're the mentors. We need to shape these kids' lives in a positive way. We need to end bullying. We need to make sure that we hug these kids in a way emotionally and physically, and wrap our arms around them and make them feel positive, happy, because they are the future of what we're doing here. So, a positive quote. Want to leave you. We want to remember that this is our day. So we'll leave you with this quote. It says, the only way of finding the limits of what is possible is going beyond them into the impossible. So again, thank you for listening to The Vent Show. This is Andy Sharp. You have a wonderful day, and we'll talk soon. Thank you.